It's good to see everyone. Thanks for attending, and you get to see some old friends and some guys you played against, and just good to be around when you start talking football. It's always exciting, and I think it's an exciting time for Lone Star Entertainment, ESPN, the Big 12, and the SEC. I grew up just outside the city of Houston, dreamed of playing college football, getting to go to games there on the campus of the University of Houston. Was a part of a couple of teams that we were able to do some special things here in the city. And to watch the growth of a bowl game right here in our city and be kind of a small part of that has been kind of electrifying and special. I've watched this bowl game grow from its birth to where it is now. The last couple of years, it's had some exciting football games. And I think the future of this game is, I think has yet to really tap into what it could really become here in the city of Houston with passionate football fans. They start the year off with a great game at the beginning of the year, and then you're going to bookend it with one of the best matchups, in my opinion, in all of college football. Talked about the dream of playing college football here in the city of Houston. I've also been able to kind of further live that dream through ESPN, get about as close as you can to the field, and yet still feel pretty safe being upstairs and calling games. So the last 5, I've had the opportunity to work closely with Pete, our package, the SEC, so I've been involved with the SEC for the last 5 seasons. Before that, I worked some games in the Big 12, or with the Big 12, that conference, with a guy that taught me probably the most I've ever learned about broadcasting, in Gary Thorne, who is a true professional and a true friend of mine. So I'm still kind of living that dream. You want the best matchups in college football. The perception out there is that the 2 conferences that are going to be playing in this game at the end of the year, the SEC, both the SEC and the Big 12, you get some dynamic football. You go back to Heisman Trophy winners, Johnny Manziel, the year before that, Robert Griffin out of the SEC and the Big 12 respectively. It's magical football, and you're going to have an opportunity to see that here in the next couple of years with this bowl matchup. As well, just the way that both the conferences go about their business, the competitiveness, and certainly Bob Stoops has kind of lit a fire beating Alabama in a bowl game, and they're really calling out the SEC. So there's some passion in the game that I think is going to be pretty special here for the coming years as we grow closer to this bowl matchup. I just don't know where you would find a better matchup in terms of college football around the country, and the city of Houston being the 4th largest city in this country, than to have it right here at home, to be a part of it, and to get to watch it at the end of the season in a dynamic bowl game. When you mix ESPN with Lone Star Entertainment, the SEC and the Big 12, it's a combination that's really second to none. And now with a new title sponsor being on board, I'm going to bring up Mr. Jamie Roots to really tell us more about that partnership, that mix of entities, and basically the new name of this bowl game. So, President of the Houston Texans, Jamie.
Andre, thank you for being here. Andre and I have been friends for a long time. My name is Jamie Roots. I'm president with the Houston Texans and also serve as president with Lone Star Sports and Entertainment. Andre's been our color analyst, and I get the opportunity, particularly at road games, to listen in to his call, and nobody does it better than Andre Ware. How about a round of applause for Andre? You know, in 2006, we were invited by the Big 12 to lead Houston's bowl effort going forward. It hadn't gone so well as of late at that period of time, and Ed and his team gave us the opportunity. Ed, thank you for that. It's been a thrilling ride for us here in Houston, and it's really kind of been a meteoric rise over an 8-year period, and today we're talking about the final of the 3 T's. You look locally, over our first 4 years, we've established a great base of local ticket support. Television-wise, we have ESPN, but now this 3rd T is solved. So in just 8 years, the Texas Bowl has become the 7th best attended bowl game in America. We're here living it, but I need to remind you, 7th, that's pretty amazing. We have 30,000 local buyers, so incredibly strong local support for the game. We have provided over $500,000 to support the great work of DePelchin Children's Centers and millions of dollars in promotional support to raise awareness of DePelchin and the great work that they do in our community. And today we're very pleased to have with us, and if you could stand, Mary Kristen Valentine and Annalisa Warren and be recognized. Thank you for being our partner. And I'll tell you, it's one of the cherished parts of the Bowl Week experience, the opportunity to go out and participate with those kids and see the great work that DePelchin is doing. We annually are generating roughly $30 million in economic impact for our community. And you take all those numbers, our first 4 years, that was a good start. And then 4 years ago, had a by chance opportunity to get to know some folks at ESPN, my friend Pete Durzis and Clint Overby, who, Clint, can you be recognized here? Clint, Senior Director of Events, round of applause for Clint Overby, who's back in the back. And we use this book, Good to Great, in our organization, and I tell you, that is what they've allowed us to do for Houston. ESPN's involvement has allowed us to take a bowl game that was good and turn it into something great, something truly exceptional for our community. The past 4 years, BCS conferences, with the Big 12 and the Big 10 participating. This year we improved our selection position, continued with the Big 12 going forward, but added the SEC, which is the other most regionally relevant conference to participate in this bowl game. We established the AdvoCare Texas Kickoff, and just in its second year, we're going to be hosting LSU in Wisconsin, be the top game in college football on the Labor Day weekend. And today we've established an amazing relationship with a strong Texas company with an incredible national reach of great distributors that are going to work arm in arm with us to take this game to the next level. We could not have done it without ESPN, and going forward, we could not do what we're going to do without AdvoCare and their partnership. And so, Mike, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you and your AdvoCare team into the Texas Bowl family and all of the great things that we're going to accomplish going forward. Speaking of going forward, I'd like to introduce our new chair of the Texas Bowl, Mr. Chris Hanslick, who's the chairman at Boyer Miller. Chris, be recognized. And there's a name that might be new to you relative to the Texas Bowl and Lone Star Sports and Entertainment, but he's not new to our organization. In fact, he came to us about 10 years ago or something like that. Started as an intern, went away and did a lot of great things, came back and worked for several years with the Texans. And I'm so pleased that David Fletcher agreed to take on the executive director role of the Texas Bowl going forward. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. David Fletcher.
Thank you, Jamie, and thank you, everybody who are joining us here today. You know, I look around the room and I see a great mix of people who have made this game a success. I look at the front row here and the history with our gridiron legends and just the names and the history that have made college football so ingrained in our culture here. I thank you all for joining us today, and thank you all for your contributions to the game and our efforts in the community. I look around the room and I see our friends at ESPN and our colleagues with Lone Star Sports and Entertainment and the Texans, all their work and effort that they put in every year to help us put on a fantastic showcase of Houston. I see our partners at DePelchin Children's Center and the great work that they do, tireless work to serve our community. It's Houston's oldest charity and one that we're very proud to continue to partner with going forward to do some great things for Houston. And now I see our new friends in the room, the AdvoCare distributors who have taken the time out of their day to join us in celebration of this great event. And I'm very humbled to have the opportunity to introduce Mr. Mike Vaught with AdvoCare to say a few words.
Thanks, David. On behalf of AdvoCare, Richard and Sherry Wright, and our 415,000 distributors, some are here today. Appreciate you guys coming. We're really excited to be a part of this bowl game. You know, in any relationship, it's all about the people. The people make the difference, and that's what sold us on this opportunity. I think all the people involved here, they're about integrity and character. and that's what AdvoCare is all about. The other thing we're excited about is being the location of the game being in Houston. Houston is one of the best sports towns in America, a passionate fan base, and a group of people that understand that college football is important in this country. And we're just really excited about that piece and being a part of this game. Last thing I'd like to mention is we have two great conferences. You know, when you get the SEC and the Big 12 together, that's a formula for some great football games. And we look at this package, when you package it all together with the people, with the teams, with the city, we think together we can achieve excellence. And that's what we're excited about. And I want to thank our distributors that are here today. Thank you all, and we're going to have some fun.